Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of SnowRunner, where we are in a very, very distant land. This is a little bit of a different episode, purely because I want what we're going to get, for no other reason. But we've got our new DLC truck here, and what we're going to do is go and do a mission here in the Yukon called A Truck for a Truck. And we pick up this mission right here. And we'll start tracking that. So it seems like there's two things on the map to look at. One is here, one is all the way over there. It should be relatively straightforward. Not that way. To go around this way. I think this is probably the best truck for this. I did come to this area before, and we were going to come here instead of Michigan. And I did record part of an episode here where we got a couple of bits and pieces done, like a bridge built, and started doing a little bit of exploring. That's where how I know about this particular task, and the trucks we had, even the ANK, just couldn't. I'm hoping, very hopeful, that this DLC truck, being an absolute beast that it is, has the grunt to do what we need it to. If not, I don't have another solution. I don't have another truck here. This is the only truck I took over. But on paper, this should be a very straightforward mission. In reality, it's not going to be that. It's going to be quite difficult. But at the end of it, we do get a gargantuan beast of a truck, which I'm very excited for, because I do like trucks and I do like them to be yellow, and it also helps when they're enormous. These are all things that I personally enjoy. So where we're going is, we've basically done this. We came out the garage backwards, so we've done a lap around the garage, and we're going to head along this road, straight road. In order to do this, you first need to build the bridge, but you can build the bridge from the ruin that's right at the side of it, so that's not much hassle at all. That only takes 5 minutes of your time to do that. But of course, I did that in the episode that will never see the light of day, because it was not even a full episode. This is a very unique area in the set. Well, I think it's unique. There's probably other areas like this, but this area, there's sort of abandoned cabins that you have to disassemble to get materials, which is a really cool concept. But so far, this truck is handling this better than the ANK did, and that's with the big scary tires that the ANK currently has on it. So just carry on along this road until we get to the destination that we're looking for. It's quite obvious when we get there, and we're not too far away from it at this point anyway. As you can see by the little marker, it's still out of view, but we have this right in front of us to contend with. Now this is going to pose us a challenge. Now, we're currently just an empty truck, and we're very slow. Look how deep that is. That is insane. There's probably a shortcut that means you don't have to drive through that, but that's not as fun. So that right in front of us is a huge trailer with a huge truck on it, and I'm going to go and pick it up right after I drive into this lamppost. The mud here is incredible. As you see, we're fully submerged in mud, to the point where the truck is just not really for turning. But a 37-point turn later, and we will get there. There we are, back up nice and slowly to this. This is where we find out we can't even connect to this trailer, and then I will go and sit in a corner and cry about it. No, what? Do I have the wrong type of unit here? I don't think so. How peculiar. Let me get this sorted and I'll bring you guys back when I know what's happening here. Okay, problem solved. The problem was our truck over there had a high saddle. Taiga currently is fitted with a low saddle, and the Taiga is looking very cool these days. But I'm gonna take a quick screenshot of this and done this a couple of times on camera, but for those of you who are wondering how I go about getting the screenshots, that's the settings I use just there. Let's see if there's a, that's much nicer, and we'll go for, sure, we'll go for light rain. That's how the screenshots are taken for the thumbnails. Now, the only bit I'm concerned about is that really deep puddle. But we do have that, that truck there, which I can't actually tell you what it is. It is Tatra T813. I should know what that is because I do like Tatras. That's a special Tatra from the 60s. Let's see how we get on with this. It's a struggle, but the Tatra's there if we need it, and we are going to need to be pulled out of that muddy puddle. There is no other way around it. Looks like we're going to need it pulled potentially all the way. Now we know that this truck will pull itself up a vertical incline, so a little bit of weight and a bit of mud behind it means nothing. I mean, this thing did drag that trailer by the winch, which is a thing. I did consider doing that, but it's not the proper way to play the game. Look at the Tatra go. Gaining speed. Even the ever powerful Taiga can't cope with this. We are fully underwater there. To the point where the windscreen wipers would not have helped. This is where the trouble begins. Let's go for low range diff lock. Of course, the issue is the trailer is going to get stuck in the mud. They're going to pull us back or pull them in. Neither. It's going to sit here and jiggle. Let's try a little bit of brute force. Option B is to see if we can brute force our way from here. That does seem to be working ever so slightly. Let's try a bit of low range. That's not helping. We'll jiggle our way forward. Any tactic that works. It's just that the trailer is digging a trench. Of course, we're going to have this exact same problem coming out the other side. So I mean, it's not impossible, but certainly not easy. Taiga's getting a bath at this point. We are freedom. And let's disconnect that winch. Should have moved this out of the way. I'm not sure if the Tiger's got the guts to pull itself out, but we'll give it a shot anyway. We'll definitely give it the chance. So far, so good. Tiger never fails to impress. It's a bit more of a gentler hill at this side, so it very well might make it. As we get a little bit stuck as that tail end of the trailer just catches the ground, that's unfortunate. And there is a winch point right there, and not that one. There we are. Winches, the absolute quintessential thing in SnowRunner. I mean, it's an intense hill to be climbing up as it is, let alone with a much, much heavier truck on the back of the truck you're towing. This is not a very relaxing vacation from Michigan. This area is very high-end, very difficult, as you can tell. We'll come to yet another stop. Can I reach? It's not really the one I wanted, but I'll take it. A winch point is a winch point after all. I think this is where, realistically, the Tiger has sort of hit a wall. So we'll bring out the Tatra and it will pull all of this through here. It's a better look at the truck that we're going to end up with. And that's not a very good winch point. Let's try that one instead. Seems that makes a lot more sense. Low range, diff lock. and then we'll just pretend that we're not pulling anything at all. This is a very muddy area to go through as well, so it's going to pose us all sorts of problems with the Taiga, but the Tatra isn't even concerned by it. That's quite a sight. 3 trucks to get 1 truck. A truck with a truck for a truck. Sometimes it's nice just to watch how the game physics work, watch that terrain build up in front of the wheels, leave huge trenches behind you. I wonder, can we go back to auto? Is that an option? They get an extra 5 mile an hour? An extra 2 mile an hour I'd be happy with. Use a lot more fuel this way, but get there in the end. It looks like the trailer is just building a river behind us. This truck's leaving tracks, the Taiga's leaving tracks, the trailer is just laying a road. Not too far to go. It is a short journey, it's just an incredibly difficult region to play in this one. This is the only truck I've got that's even capable of driving through it. That tells you how bad it is. We'll get to this region at some point, hopefully with very high-end trucks. Occasionally snagging on things. A few more rivers to cross it before we get back to the garage, but I very, very, very badly want this truck that we're towing back. And let's go back into low range and diff lock. Slightly concerning. Let's go for the good old-fashioned give it a yank approach. Looks like the Taiga is the one that's stuck, of course. We made some progress there. Let's disconnect, pull forward slightly, and switch into, we might be able to pull ourselves out under our own power. Not entirely sure what we're stuck on, but whatever it is, the truck's not pleased about it. Could just be that we got wedged in a trench that we dug ourselves. Switch back. Go back to brute force on our way through a few more puddles. Like I said, not a relaxing vacation for anybody, but it's going to totally be worth it in the end. I really hope the I think it's a Caterpillar that we're recovering is a good truck, because it looks awesome, and if it performs even half as good as it looks, it's going to be awesome. Hopefully it's worth all this effort. This is probably the worst recovery I've done. I'm a lot more kitted up this time than I was when I recovered at the Dairy Longhorn, which we just sold at the end of the last episode. So hopefully this truck we're getting is as good as that turned out to be. And if you are a big fan of the Dairy Longhorn and are upset that I sold it, don't worry, because we have a gargantuan amount of money, and if we ever need it again, we can afford it. We are not shy of a few dollars, that's for sure. This is an arduous process. But we are so very close now. There is what appears to be an actual bit of tarmac in front of us, which, I mean, it's only been half an hour, but that half an hour feels like a lifetime of being stuck in the mud. Pretty sure that's a road there as well. That just shows you what this region is like. That is not a road. You need a boat for that, not a truck. Almost back onto the road. I'm actually gonna make it morning. That somehow made it darker. Make it early afternoon, so we can actually see what we're doing. I like how you can see the air getting pulled into the truck as well. Very cool. Very fancy. Very pretty as well. This region is so difficult, in fact, that when I first came here, before I went to Michigan, it made me miss Alaska. And after spending about 40 episodes there, I didn't think I'd ever miss Alaska anytime soon. So both trucks are now on the tarmac. Once that trailer's on the tarmac, then life will be much better. There we are. This actual speed, not stuck in the mud. Now imagine trying to do that early game, or with only a single truck. I'm sure there is a truck that can do it, but it's none of the ones I've got, that's for sure. Right, let's disconnect this here. Drop that over there, and if I can get the right camera view, can I change into the Tiger from here? No, I can't. In that case, I will just recover this, retain it, and then jump in the Tiger from here. Seeing as we shouldn't get stuck on the tarmac, but you never know. Stage complete. Now it requires fuel. Now that part is really easy, because if I cover this one, customize it, I'm sure I have. Where is it? Oh, I don't have one of those, but I do now. Tiger tanker. This feels a bit cheaty, but I think the idea of it is so that you have fuel on this map, because I don't think there's a gas station here. Let's refuel. The source is the fuel tank, the target is the Caterpillar. We discovered the truck. Let's recover that, retain it, and then go back to the map. Well, it's got diff lock and a very pretty tree behind it. Look at the size of this thing. It's very dirty. I think this has a special trailer for it, actually. Could be wrong. No, no trailers for this truck. So let's recover it and see what we can do with it. We can put a really expensive engine in it. Because of course we will. A really expensive gearbox. 1 set of tires, which are excellent in mud. Which one's better here? Sure. We can get the heavy saddle or the heavy fuel carrier. Let's see that. We can change the rims to absolutely nothing. And do nothing else. Now we've got that frame add-on. Let's see what can go on the back of this, if anything at all. Hopefully something. Hopefully something useful. Maybe not. Let's go back to customize heavy saddle. So it's basically just a fuel carrier, which can take 2,000 litres of fuel, which is insane. Let's not do that. Let's retain it, and we'll head back to Michigan. We're actually going to head to Smithfield Dam. Presumably it's only useful in that one area unless you want the fuel carrier for it, but we have it now. And that's a thing, and it's not cheap. Let's take it for a bit of a run around here. Let's see, double check. Yeah, no trailers for this truck, which is a shame. So it's, in essence, a scout vehicle, which is cool and all, but not what I needed. Fairly quick as well. That's a big rock. Doesn't make for a good scout vehicle, I will say that. It's bigger than the road. It's an absolute tank though, I'll say that much. That's probably not what you're supposed to do with your brand new truck. I mean, we landed it. But with that being said, this truck will unfortunately be sold. I just wanted to get it because it was huge. So if there's other trucks you'd like to see me get as these little Friday excursions, then let me know in the comments down below. There is a truck in this region that we will be getting tomorrow. If that's something you're interested in seeing, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You can also ring the bell icon as well, and if you like this video, hit that like button. You can also join me over on Discord. The link to Discord is in the video description, and I will be back tomorrow, where again we go and find a truck, just maybe a slightly smaller one that's a bit more useful to us. But I'll see you guys there. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.